Hi everybody, welcome back. This is our last video for the unit on systems, and today we're covering systems of inequalities. So not just equations is our test. Wow, that came out as a weird sentence. So our test is not just on equations, but also on inequalities. Now luckily, inequalities is really easy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So, quick review. Because when we're talking about inequalities here, we're talking about linear inequalities. And the only way to show the solutions for linear ones, if you remember from the last unit, is by graphing them on a coordinate plane. So let's review that really quickly. Alright, so there are 4 steps, which you can't see them all, but here we go. Step 1, put it in y equals mx plus b form. Step 2, graph it on a coordinate plane. Step 3, dash or solid line. You have to decide. Not because you feel like one's going to be pretty and one's going to be not, because it actually matters. And step 4 is to shade above or below. Again, you can't decide which one's prettier, you have to actually follow the rules, sorry. But, in case you forgot about dash versus solid or shaded above versus shaded below, I got a little thing. Here you go. Remember, it is a dashed line when we have less than or greater than, no equal to, and it is a solid line when we actually do have an equal to. Okay? And then shading above or below, wow, I'm running out of room. Sorry. Oh, let's go, there we go. We shade above when we have a greater than or equal to symbol, and we shade below the line when it is less than or equal to. Okay? Okay. So systems of inequalities. Let's talk about the vocab. A system of inequality is a group of 2 or more linear inequalities. You guys are mostly going to see 2 inequalities. Honors, you could be up to 3 inequalities. Okay? Which really doesn't matter, it just means you have to graph an extra line. Okay? That also means the same thing with equations as well. I'll talk about that on the honors day. And then, solutions of systems of inequalities. They are ordered pairs that are in all of the shaded regions of the inequality. Remember, a solution to an inequality is something that satisfies the inequality. So for a system of inequalities, that solution or ordered pair must work for all the inequalities there, or equations. I mean, it's basically the same thing. So with inequalities, we don't just have points that are on the line, or we're talking about an intersection of the 2 lines. We're talking about everything they have in common, meaning when we shade, it's the double shaded part, okay? So, let's look at an example. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I made things so big. Alright, so here we have to find a solution to the system of inequalities, and here's the system of inequalities. We have 2x minus y is greater than or equal to negative 4, and y is less than negative 2/3 x plus 1. The first thing we need to do is change this top one, because it's not in slope-intercept form. So, we change it around. We go ahead and subtract 2x from both sides, so now we have negative y is greater than or equal to negative 2x minus 4. Then we have to get rid of the negative with the y, so we divide everything by negative, meaning we have to flip the sign. So it's y is less than or equal to 2x plus 4 now. And that one's actually going to be the red line that I draw, while this one that's already in there is going to be the blue line that I draw. Again, we're going to use colors. Colors make everyone happy, right? So, we go ahead and graph this. So, let's do the blue one because it was already done. So, we have our y-intercept is 1, and negative 2/3 either means we go down 2, because we apply the negative to the 2, and we go to the right 3, which is right here at this little dot, and we can do it again, down 2 to the right 3, or, starting at the y-intercept, we can apply that negative to the 3, meaning we go up 2, and to the left 3, up 2 to the left 3. Okay? And then we go ahead and draw a line, and because it's a less than symbol and not equal to, our line is actually going to be dashed. Okay? And I'm going to move this thing out of the way. Now, the red one, I got a y-intercept of 4, and the slope is 2, meaning 2 over 1. So that means I go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, or I can go in the other direction and just make them both negative, because 2 negatives will make a positive 2. I can go down 2 and to the left 1. Down 2 to the left 1. Down 2. Alright, that's all I mean. And then because it's got an equal to symbol, I can actually make it a solid line. Oops, solid line. And also because it's less than, I shade below that line. For the blue one, I hadn't done that one yet. It's less than as well, so I shade below that line. Now, you see how there's the blue shaded part and the red shaded part? Well, because it's a system, we have this double shaded part, and this is actually all the ordered pairs that it will work for both inequalities. All these ordered pairs are in both shaded parts, so they're solutions to the system. Okay? That looks absolutely horrible, but it's true. Okay? So the purple is where all the solutions are, and we can actually do our check, and we can pick a point there. So like 0, -6. You see that little point? I look so scared. We can do our check and plug that in. So that's our test point, and we're going to plug them into both. So we get -6 is supposed to be less than or equal to 2 times 0, because 0 is your x and -6 is your y, plus 4. We end up getting -6 is less than 4, which is true. And we plug it into the other one as well. It needs to work for both. -6 is less than -2/3, 0 plus 1. And actually, I made a tad little mistake. Instead of plugging this into the original problem, I plugged it into my y-intercept form. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, but it'll work. I promise it works out. But always plug it into the original problems. Okay? For this one, when I go ahead and solve this, I get -6 is supposed to be less than 1, which is true. So I know I shaded the right part. Okay? Now, that's my one and only example. The rest are try on your own. So you're going to find the solutions to the system of inequalities, and here's the system. Now, I was mean, and I didn't make them solve for y already. So you're going to have to do a little bit of work. Sorry, but I'm very confident that you are all able to do that, and you're going to show your work because I love seeing your work to prove that you understand it, so I don't have to guess or try to read minds, and that makes me cry, so don't do that. So go ahead. You guys have a graph on your paper. My graph is just hidden because it also has the answers on it. So when you finish the problem, and it's graphed and shaded and all that fun stuff, and you know where the solutions are, you're going to unpause the video, and then you'll see the answer. Okay? So when you come back, I'll have the answer ready for you. Good luck. Okay. So we're back. We did it. We put it in y-intercept form. We graphed it. We put the lines down. We shaded it. We did all that fun stuff. We know where the double shaded part is, and it should look like, ooh, like a hot mess. That's what it looks like. Sorry, I can't color on a computer. It's very sad. But let's see if I remember how I did this. Oh, this one, the first one is my red, the second one is my blue. Okay? So, red line goes through like this. Blue line is dotted, goes through like that. I shade above the blue line. I shade above the red line. This very, very messy black part. Oh, it looks so horrible. This part is where all of my solutions are. And that's all you have to do to show the answer is just the double shaded part. I would suggest when you have colored pencils or just a pencil that you really shade that part in really dark compared to the other two sides, or the other shaded parts. That way we know that's where your solutions are. Okay? Alright. And then I have one more try on your own. And it's this one, and it actually is already graphed for you. And what this did was it only shaded the solution part. It didn't shade everything that's supposed to be shaded. It only shaded the solution. So all this part is the double shaded, that's the double shaded part, okay? So I want you to write the system of inequalities from this graph. And you can do that just having that double shaded part, because you can tell where it's above or below the line just from there, okay? So go ahead and write the system of inequalities, and when you come back, I will have the answer for you. Okay. Alright, so you should have figured out that this one, this solid line, is actually shaded below, and this dotted line is also shaded below. So your answers are going to be both less thans. So here is your equation, or inequalities. Y is less than or equal to -x plus 2. That's the solid line there. And we have y is less than -5x minus 2, which is this dotted line here. Okay? That's it for systems of inequalities. Like I said, it's really easy. Yeah. I can't think of anything else to show you. So if you have any questions, please write them down. Other than that, I will see you next class. And don't forget that next class, you will have a quiz on substitution. Okay? So I'll see you then. Bye. Oh, I did it again. I said bye before I actually... Oh, no, I can't stop it. All right. Bye, guys. I'll see you next class. Have a good...